Hello, today I have an album that I used, The Precious Memories by Graphic 45, and for this album I did use a complete package of the 8x8, except for it ended up going into the girls, so I was going to keep it kind of unisex, but then I really liked, there is a pink girl sheet just like the blue boy sheet, so you can use this album for boy or girl. We ended up going girl, so I am going to make another one and it will be a boy, but like I said, I did use a complete 8x8 pad of paper. But one thing I wanted to show you, because I have received a lot of questions, is the Graphic 45 ephemera pack, and also how can you make your albums without spending a ton of money other than what comes in your paper line. And so that's what I really did work for on this album. The only thing that is extra, of course, is the ribbon and lace, and most of us have a lot of this in our stash, and this key, which is actually from Graphic 45. It's their new metal ornaments they came out with. So you get the ornate keys, quite a few different ones in there. So I wanted to show that you can use just the supplies on hand. You don't have to go out and buy stickers, extra flowers, anything. You can do it all with what comes in the line. So on the front is one of the ephemera cards. Now the journaling cards that you can get, I don't know if they're fairly new, but I've just noticed them in this last year when in 2014. If they had them before, I didn't notice them. They're wonderful. They're extras that you can purchase. You get you get 2 of each of the 4x6 and also the 3x4s. So it does add extra without having to cut up your paper, which I know a lot of us have trouble cutting up our Graphic 45 papers. And they do make it really simple because there's so many pieces that you can just cut out or fussy cut off of the paper itself. So on the front, I did make my own flowers. The little button is from the chipboard elements that you can get. Like I mentioned, the lace, and lace was of course extra, and there's my spine, the back of it. And for the back, I just used one of the cutout sheets as kind of a collage look for the back to give us a few of the different memories. And for the closure on this one, I used the white and gold ribbon. Baby album, you just needed the white and gold. And for the edges, this is the only place that I did use my distress ink, and then I just pushed it up a little bit, brought my score tape in, and then just really made it look like a distressed edge. And that's the only place I did use my distress ink. Working with white, I don't like to use a lot of it because I do smear it. So let's start with our album. The outside measures, it is 7 inches long for the cover, 5 inches wide. I wanted a smaller album that maybe could be given to a grandmother when the new baby is born, or maybe a great aunt, or maybe mom just wants something to keep at work at her desk, and not too big. The pages are 4.5 by 6 1/4. And so let's get started. For the inside cover, I made a pocket, and then I did a little book, and then a tag with a pull-out, plain on the back for journaling, of course. So one thing that I did with this album that I really liked with my Time to Flourish is that there's no magnets. I used the tags for closures. I loved it, using those for the flaps. Saves on your supplies. Again, you don't have to spend a ton, and you can have your closures. Cut out, I started it with somewhat like the baby shower. You can put down some journaling notes from the baby shower's reminder as to when it was. This is one of the journaling cards, the back. So the back is just adorable. Just as cute as the front, but I used the back on this. Then that's what holds down this flap. And on the first one, we have a little place for a tag made from the cut-aparts, and this is just off the cut-apart sheets. And a pocket, even though the tags fit in, now she can put a picture, and then there is room for more pictures to go in, or sediments, close it, and then your tags not only decorate the front, but also it holds that flap down. Now for each one of the pullouts, again, I used the journaling cards. This is the back side. I used on the cards. Now these journaling cards are also wonderful because you can send them in the mail. So they serve a lot of different purposes. They make great cards. They also make great journaling spots, and you can mail them. And then I just used the stamps from Graphic 45 that came with this. This is the flower one. That's on my acrylic block, and I just chose to use it on all the corners of my tags, and I use my envelope punch. So for this album, there will be a tutorial coming, and I'm actually going to show it in a couple of different sizes because I'll be doing it with the Time to Flourish line, and I'll show you about how to use the envelope punch. Now the back side of each page is the same. I know it's unusual that I do that, but I wanted journaling. This is a new baby, so, and I really just wanted the paper to show. It's just gorgeous. So each page will be the same, of course, just decorate a little bit different. And then our next one, again, we have the journaling tags to hold the flap shut. Room for little pictures here, more inside, and your tags just hold that flap shut. And another one of our journaling cards. And the backs are all the same. Now, over on this page, I did use my envelope punch board, made an envelope. Then I put one of the, here's the back side of those cards that you can buy extra, the journal cards. So I put that one inside the envelope, made my closure, and then I didn't adhere it all the way down because I wanted there to be room for the tag. And she can slide pictures back there. This is one of the journaling cards. Actually, these tags are all the 3x4 journaling cards. This is the front cover, the main page, and I just kind of kept it together, cut it, because I knew I wasn't going to use it on my front cover since this album is much smaller than the picture. On the back side, now this is one of the journaling cards, the 4x6s. This is where I decided we're going to go girl. So I really liked that, the little dresses. So I'll, like I mentioned, I'll do another one that's boy. And the colors are just really beautiful. So for this one, this is one of the cut apart sheets, but I really liked how it just came together the way I cut it. So what I did is I just slit. I took my razor blade and I made a cut along this little cutout here, so I could just slide the 3x4 journaling cards down in there. And on this one I just used some of the lace. See how adorable these cards are? That's the back of it. Oh, one thing I did do, I left these blank up here. Reason being is I thought Mom might want to mark, she could write the months, so month 1, if that's what she wanted to do, or she can title it herself. That would give her a little bit of room to write the title on. And the beauty of this, I didn't use any magnets, no closures, except for on my envelope. So those were also, these right here are just from the chipboard, and I made the little closure. So you don't even have to buy magnets to go with this album. And then on the back is the 9, where there's 9 little 4x4 squares. So you can stick 9 more wallet pictures there. So there's good room in here for 30-35 pictures. And lots of journaling space. And then for the back, I did the pocket, just mirrored the front. And this is one of the 4x6 cards. I scored it in half. Actually, it's 2 of them. and then I made a book. And then I just punched the holes in the middle with my crocodile, punched the little hole and fed the ribbon through. And so there's journaling room on the inside, or she can add little pictures, sentiments, and then that just sits down inside of there. And so that is my Precious Memories album using the Graphic 45 8x8 paper pack. So it, like I said, it was made with the thought in mind, how can we economically make a beautiful album without cutting our 12x12s and using a ton of our supplies. This one you'll be very pleased with. It's a great little album and a wonderful gift, and I hope you like it as much as I do. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.